KATL
Live.
What's up, everybody? Hanging out on the phone with Jonathan Zungre here on 770 KATL. And Jonathan, E3 is in the books for another year.
Yes, sir. And it was pretty awesome this year, Mike. I mean, it was. I mean, there are E3s that go by where I'm like, oh man, video games are going away. There's going to be a recession. There's going to be a crash. No more video games are going to happen. This time, I watched E3 and I was like, this is amazing. This is going to be fantastic.
You know, of course, when you have consoles, when you have new consoles, that always makes E3 seem like bigger and better than ever.
Yeah, definitely. And this year, the ones that they were talking about were the PlayStation 4 from Sony and the Xbox One from Microsoft. If anybody doesn't know what E3 is, it's kind of the week out of every year where all the different video game companies try to blow off your socks with all the new video games and video game stuff that's going to be coming out in the next couple years. You get to see like the future of video games, and the future looks bright.
Let's talk a little bit about the consoles. What do you think? Who do you think was the winner here?
Well, that was the main question, man. The whole thing was, what are you going to do? Are you going to get a PlayStation 4 or are you going to get an Xbox One? And I think that out of both of them, the PlayStation 4 looks better. And the main reason is because the Microsoft Xbox One has all these crazy policies, all these crazy rules that kind of like limit the Xbox One. Basically, with the Xbox One, you have to have it connected to the internet. If you can't connect it to the internet, it doesn't work because it has to update itself every 24 hours. It has to check in. So if you don't have an internet connection, or if you live somewhere where you can't get internet, then you can't even play the Xbox One. And additionally to that, when you buy a game for the Xbox One, it comes with codes inside the game, and then what happens is you enter in those codes online on your Xbox One, and it allows you to play the game. So basically, when you buy a game, it's not really like you own it; it's like you're licensing it from Microsoft. And then what that means is, when you're done with the game, you can't resell it, you can't trade it into a GameStop, you can't let a friend borrow it because it comes with a certain amount of codes, and those are the codes, and that's all you get. You can't do anything else with it. You don't really own it nobody else can play it because they don't have the codes.
How big of a mistake is this for Microsoft? Because not only that, but PlayStation 4 is clocking in at cheaper, I believe, on the console battle.
Yes. The PlayStation 4 is going to come in at $400, and the Microsoft Xbox One is $500. And what I heard was the PlayStation 4, their press conferences after Microsoft's, and they decided on their price in response to what Microsoft's price was. So that's what I heard. So yeah, the PlayStation 4 is cheaper. It also looks more powerful. The graphics look, I think, maybe a little bit better. I mean, they're similar, but I think that there's a lot of advantages. And also, I don't know if you know this, but you know, each of these consoles have these online services. Microsoft has Xbox Live, which you pay $60, you get a year's worth of it. And PlayStation has the same thing. It's called PlayStation Plus. The only thing is, when you buy PlayStation Plus, they give you free games every month. As in, you can download free games every month for your PlayStation. It's pretty amazing. So it seems like across the board, the PlayStation 4 looks like a better decision.
Well, let's give some props to Microsoft, though. It looks like they got some great first-party titles coming out.
Oh, that is just the dilemma, isn't it? Because I watched all the press conferences and I saw I hate everything that Microsoft is doing, but they have some amazing games coming out exclusively for the Xbox One. You're not gonna be able to play them anywhere else. In particular, there's this new one called Titanfall, which is a game by the makers of the original Call of Duty. So you know how successful Call of Duty is. This is their brand new game, their new IP, and it looks fantastic. It's basically a shooter like Call of Duty, except for you can call down these like giant suits of armor from the sky and then hop into these suits of armor. And so what it is kind of like when you're on the ground as a little soldier, it kind of functions or it plays like Call of Duty. When you call down these suits of armor from the sky, these kind of mechs, and jump into them, then it plays a little bit more like Halo. So it's like they're taking Call of Duty and Halo and putting them together in one game. It looks fantastic.
Yeah, there's just, obviously some great killer games coming out for the Xbox. Also, PlayStation's got some good cross-platform titles coming out, too. So bottom line here, Jonathan, what do you think?
Okay, bottom line, I think PlayStation 4. That's what I'm going to do. And when the fall comes along and I only have money to buy one, eventually I'm going to get them all. I have to, or at least if my wife allows me. But if I had to make the choice right now, I'd definitely say go with a PlayStation 4.
All right, man. Jonathan Zungre filling you guys in on the console battle at E3. Thanks so much, dude.
Yeah, dude, of course. No problem. See you around.
KATL.
Live